Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Ace and Ektar Heroes of the Storm casting podcast. I'm still Ektar, and Ace is currently en route, who will be here soon, TM. Tonight we've got a very special matchup. We've got Holowife Gaming Catgirls versus ReGen Anomaly, the number 6 seed versus the number 8 seed, but it's still pretty early in the season, so neither team has locked playoffs in just yet. And especially for ReGen Anomaly, this match could have pretty big playoff implications going forward as we get into our first draft on Volskaya Foundry. We already have a Diva and a Maiev banned out, which is a really interesting set of bans. It's been a long time since I've played against ReGen Anomaly. I don't know that they are known for a Maiev player, but Holowife seems to have done better scouting than I have. Go ahead and banning that out in the first round, and Diva has just been all the hotness recently, so it's not a huge surprise to see her getting banned out, although I think she did get hit with the nerf bat just a little bit today. Actually, I'm going to pull up the patch notes so I can check to see what they hit Diva with. Diva had her Q cooldown, or her level 4 Q talent reduced, her base damage get reduced by a little bit, and then a couple of other things as well, so yeah. Small nerfs for Diva. There are also some small nerfs to Samuro, who's getting banned out as well. And you know what? Good riddance. We do not like Samuro here on the podcast. And a KTZ getting banned out. So really only one meta ban coming out in the Diva. And really it gives ReGen Anomaly pretty much everything they could possibly want to open with here, except for the Diva. And they're actually going to use to pick up Stukov, which is really interesting. We did just have a patch drop a few hours ago. It was a lot of minor tweaks and adjustments that will, bring some of the best heroes down, bring some of the worst heroes probably nowhere in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there. Stukov was not touched in the patch, so a very safe first pickup, but I think there are stronger first pick heroes they maybe could have gotten a hold of. Cassia and Johanna getting picked up on their side, so classic double blind draft here, not at all about the type of experimentation, but just the synergy between the Cassia and the Johanna has basically existed since Cassia's been in the game. And, I mean, it's always been there ever since she was first put in the game. It's always been pretty effective as well. On the other side, we have Li-Ming and a Diablo getting picked up, which... I've seen some popularity with Li-Ming on this map, especially going into the orb build. You don't normally go into orb build during most maps because there's enough room for heroes to avoid, so you don't get those consistent orb resets, but it's Volskaya. You can pretty much make the orb as wide as the entire objective point on mid and top, so you can get those hits relatively easily and get that consistent damage out of her. And Diablo also got hit today. There's a nerf to Diabolical Momentum and a buff to the Flame Stomp talent on that same tier as well. So I wonder if he'll still be going the full auto attack build, which has been the hotness recently, or if he will go into those Fire Stomp talents that did get buffed. On the other side, a Sonya ban. I don't think Sonya received any changes today, but she's just kind of a good hero, so it's totally respectable ban. And the Ana, who also got nerfed today, a couple of hits to Sleep Dart in particular. Probably still going to be a good healer, but not a great one, is my guess. It's very early. Too early to know for sure. Anduin getting picked up by Shamhat. If I'm not mistaken, Shamhat already favored the Anduin, so that's not a huge surprise, but Anduin did get a couple of pretty baseline damage and healing buffs, so you love to see it. And as well, Blaze Anduin is actually a pretty decent light bomb combo because you can hit him with the jet propulsion, and then the follow-up stun from the light bomb really keeps Blaze topped up and gets a pretty big stun train all on its own with just those two abilities. So you love to see it, although it's a little weird because they already had the Johanna. Looks like they'll be running in the solo lane, where he hasn't been favored in a pretty long time. On the other side, Supercarve picking up his signature Thrall pick, as well as Genjisus picking up Tychus, who received a pretty large amount of talent changes. They didn't call it a rework, so he's not getting banned for 2 weeks, but definitely a pretty good Is it 2-1? It's not. That shouldn't be saying that. Why is it? Use map boxes for score. I don't know why it's saying that. Let's see if I do that. If it'll fix it. It didn't, so we're gonna have to reset that and reset up maps and scores. And I'll have to let Ace know because that probably should have fixed itself, so thank you, Arrow, for mentioning. We had the Chromie get picked up, who was nerfed relatively recently, but is still seeing play. First it was Q build, then it was W build, and now it is it's not Dragon's Eye, it's the Vision talent on level 1, which has been popular recently, and you know, for a good reason. It's baseline spell power as well as, you know, vision, obviously. Alright. Yeah, it is in fact 0-0. That was an error with the casting tool that, again, I'll have to get Ace on. But for the first time tonight, we have spawning on the blue trunks on the left-hand side. They are the Holowife Gaming Catgirls with Gokwe playing Chromie. Sailor Twift is on Cassia. Mandero is on the Blaze Cernoble playing Johanna. And Shamhat is playing the Manduin. On the other side, in the red trunks, they are ReGen Anomaly with F.E. Guantanama playing Diablo. Anners playing Stukov. Genjisus playing Tychus. Voodoo playing the Li Ming. And in top lane, we have Supercarve RG playing the Thrall. Checking out the level 1 talents, we actually have Chromie still going into the E-build, even though it fell off a little bit last patch. Anduin going into the Renew. So I was talking about this earlier with a friend of mine. I think with the baseline healing changes, Renew might become the standard talent because you get so much more benefit from the heal. And a buff to Q baseline is inherently kind of a nerf to bold strategy. Looking forward, it looks like the rest of the talents for Holowife are pretty standard, and on the other side, mostly pretty standard talents across the board for the members of ReGen Anomaly. A bit of an engage coming out onto Carve. Ooh, the Chastise is going to hit, and that is going to be a very quick first blood, going over in favor of Holowife Gaming Catgirls, and I have received news that the other half of the podcast is here. Can you confirm? Excellent. You love to hear it. That complete and utter silence letting you know that my co-caster has arrived. Overlay. Ooh, boy. Thank you, Arrow. Appreciate it. That'll be fixed in 45 seconds. Swear to God, I hit the hotkeys. They just sometimes doesn't go through. And you know what? I'm looking to maybe try to get myself a second monitor for Christmas, maybe. And this time we have sound. Ace, is that you here?
Yeah. I was saying hi the whole time, and it was like Discord was flashing and everything, so, you know, I was baited by Discord.
Oh.
So, very nice.
Alright, so, yeah, you're in the game, if I'm not mistaken, yeah?
I sure am. I'm watching this ReGen camp get picked up by Holowife Gaming Catgirls, as the members of ReGen Anomaly are kind of out of position to deal with this. Sailor Twift takes a bit of damage, but overall is going to be able to make it out of here.
I don't know if you heard, we actually had an issue with your casting tool.
Oh, no.
When I opened the casting tool, it had all of the maps selected to not any maps, and all of the checkboxes were not ticked, but it was still displaying a score of 2-1.
Fascinating. I'll look at that trademark.
It's a good thing I'm going to be a patent lawyer when I grow up, Ace, because you have a lot of things that you say you're going to look at trademark.
And the duration of time it will take for me to look at them, or when I will get to it.
Exactly. We have the first objective spawning now. Almost a level lead, actually, going over in favor of Holowife Gaming Catgirls, really just off of slightly better rotations and 1 kill.
Yep, that is the case here. It doesn't look like there's going to be anything spicy done before this objective, just standard siege camp picking up before, just before this objective pops.
So, Ace, we actually have the new Press the Advantage getting picked up.
I was just looking at it. We've got just flat +1 range.
So
we've got in the
rhythm.
rhythm.
Put him relative to normal auto attack heroes?
I believe it's average. I think he's got 5.5 now as range, so he has a normal auto attack range as opposed to 1 shorter.
So, checking Tychus, he has 5.5 auto attack range, and I believe Anduin has a normal auto attack range, which is also 5.5. So yeah, Tychus is just a regular auto attack hero now, if you pick up that level 1 talent.
That is the case. Tychus, though, going to get engaged upon by, wow, I didn't look at the names beforehand. Mandarino? Mandarino. Yep, that's what we're going.
Cripperino.
That's what we're going with here, as, Sir Noble's just been sitting on this point the entire time, building the capture point up to 90%, and it'll probably get to 99 before they disengage off of this.
Johanna did have to burn D so that she can walk away after that Diablo flip, but did go into D on level 1, so we'll have it back relatively soon.
And by relatively, it's a whole 20% sooner. But, you know, still very important for the cooldowns. Now, with the turret camp picked up, Holowife Gaming Catgirls going in, putting a lot of damage onto Gautama, and forcing Diablo into full retreat mode, which is something they can't really afford if they want to be able to take this, take a fight on this first point. Heal camp comes down, but the damage from Chromie and Cassia is too much, and 2 kills are picked up for our cat girlfriends.
Just barely too short on that jet propulsion to find probably 2 more kills if that had landed. But that is first objective going over to Holowife, and they're actually going to invade their opponent's turret camp, and there's really not much that ReGen can do about it. In theory, the Sailor Twift will actually get stunned out, which will stop her from getting that armor, and she'll be taken out. Shamhat is going to pick up the turret, but, you know, a hero for a turret is not a great trade, especially when you have an objective you're trying to push with.
Yeah, tend to agree there. The Triglav was just getting people in it, so it was essentially an even fight 3v3 on point. But Sailor Twift was completely surrounded by everybody, so a little bit of an awkward spot. But nonetheless, maybe the turret could be made to work out a little bit better.
Tychus getting those into the rhythm stacks on the Triglav, already chunked down to 30% health, having put no damage at the top well, so it seems really unlikely they're going to be able to get that top well, which so many teams prioritize so heavily.
Yeah, in addition, we have the Combat Tactician level 7 talent from Tychus, changed up from the level 1 talent just a little bit to give some kind of bonus by default, so more new Tychus coming in here, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is slightly better than the previous level 1 that had a similar effect, where it gave 8 seconds of cooldown reduction. This gives 4 seconds on use and 4 seconds passive, so it is better, but it's also 6 levels later into the game. They were able to take that well with the level 10 advantage that they picked up, and pretty much all standard level 10s coming out here. Ooh, big Blessed Shield is going to find the kill out onto Diablo. An argument could be made for Bunker Drop being more standard than Combustion, I think, but otherwise, definitely standard.
Yeah, both talents have pretty reasonable parity as far as pick rates are concerned, so I wouldn't call either of them non-standard, at least at this point.
For sure.
So, with the top fort now taken, and the Diablo just now respawning, the Catgirls are going to go ahead and pick up this ReGen camp again. That served them quite well on the first point, so they'll have it for the B fight. That'll be incoming here in a minute or so. Minute or two.
Yeah. I was just about to say, it's almost getting to the point where they're starting to run out of things to do on the map, but right as that happened, the fortification camp came up, so they can pick that up, soak the bottom lane, take their siege camp, and when all that is said and done, it'll probably be about 30 seconds before the objective's 30 seconds time will be up.
Yep, that is true, and with some Vigilance soaking, there may be a chance to get level 13 for the Catgirls, so...
They're not really doing it right now, though. They just rotated Blaze up to try and find something, but nothing was found, so he's going to rotate back. Probably didn't miss any minions, though, so...
Nope.
Nothing lost in the attempt.
That's a good point. Fortification camp picked up now for ReGen Anomaly, as the Holowife Gaming Catgirls are going to go ahead and grab the turret camp, or the siege camp up on top to match the opponents, but it is not going to be supported by a minion wave, so it will lose in the top lane. So look for HTC to have to rotate back up to deal with that. That's their
Bible thump.
F to pay respects. Had to say it once.
Got a bit of a sneaky bush party coming out. Big time trap actually is going to find 2 members, and a jet propulsion is going to find Genji's. We had a Diablo engage in the top lane on the Chromie, but is going to get yanked out by Anduin. Sailor Twift, however, is going to fall in response. And Carve was barely able to survive there, so a 1-for-1 trade, which has to favor Holowife because they're up level 13.
And I think the kill itself favors ReGen Anomaly just because they get more XP out of it, but the positioning-wise, I mean, Holowife Gaming Catgirls are going to be ahead on the point no matter what with an even group. So, yeah, just have to see if ReGen Anomaly can be vigilant enough to soak up level 13 before the next roughly 30 seconds or so, and see if they can get a recontest.
I really love Hall Anomaly, and you're seeing why here. It's just so hard for Diablo to walk in here knowing full well that there's a time trap set up, and he kind of can't get in without being stasised out.
Yep. Well, Diablo does have the new Eternal Flames on level 7, which reduces Fire Stomp cooldown by a second. So going from 8 to 7 seconds there to poke out those time traps at least a little bit easier, know where they are before he's getting into it. But these slowing sands are causing fits for Gautama this game. It's so hard to walk through him. Does find an engage onto Shampat. The follow-up isn't quite there. Maderino gets a jet propulsion in the back into combustion that doesn't find a whole lot, but look at these slowing sands just prevent Anders and Gautama from escaping, and now ReGen Anomaly is on the run.
Yeah, the slowing sands have just been a nightmare for ReGen Anomaly. Gautama gets booped back, I think, by the Triglav Fist, but he is maybe going to make it out. He takes a lot of damage and a jet propulsion, but is still able to continue walking away. Gets a heal from Anders, and is maybe looking to at least stay here and poke out a little bit with Fire Stomp.
Yeah, definitely indeed. Tychus has opted into the That's the Stuff, which if you see, he'll get a giant heal at the end of every minigun. So watch his health bar, boom, 2,000 point heal. He has a sustain machine built into that gun.
Yeah, it always feels a little bad, the anti-synergy between That's the Stuff and In the Rhythm, though.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you're unfamiliar, Into the Rhythm increases the duration of minigun. Sounds great. The That's the Stuff heals you based on the amount of damage you dealt while in minigun. Sounds great, but because the duration is longer, it's longer until you actually receive the heal from That's the Stuff.
Yeah, and that can be the difference between life or death in a surprisingly large amount of situations, since Tychus puts himself in possibly very perilous spots to get some of that damage in. So
less perilous now. He's got a normal auto attack range.
That is very true. So a little bit more capable here. 16's on the horizon now for the Gaming Catgirls, and we'll have to see. I don't think they'll let ReGen Anomaly fight before they get it, so just on ReGen Anomaly to go ahead. Ooh, maybe they will right down here.
They're really looking for it.
Yeah, they are.
Puts himself into a kind of a rough spot. Big stun coming out from Sailor Twift, followed by Sir Noble twice. Ooh, and Diablo APOC is going to hit onto several of them. This Chromie's starting to take some damage, but is able to walk away from those sands, and Anders is the first to fall, followed by Gautama, who is going to get a Souls reset. Carve is the third to fall, and you understand the logic of wanting to take a fight before your opponents get 16, but sometimes it's just not worth it to force a fight that hard.
Yeah, forced fights are pretty bad a lot of the time. We can see why they're... Ooh, again, Jesus got engaged upon there with a little bit of a chastise combination, and it's going to take some more W's from Chromie. That was a lot of damage Gokui's putting out there. So... yeah, the bottom fort siege continues, and this is where the third Triglav is, so not having this to retreat to for ReGen Anomaly is going to make it very tough. That is so much damage.
Yeah, ReGen Anomaly, all three heroes walked in the same direction, which was the same direction that the sands were chunking in.
Oh, so much damage, and yet Sailor Twift on that Cassia still putting out more damage, so really a high level of pain output is being thrown towards ReGen Anomaly as the invade is coming up here for the Catgirls, up level 16 still.
Yeah, it won't be for very long, but it could very well be long enough to just take this camp. Like, camps are not all that hard to take out, and they do in fact get the camp as their opponents are picking up that level 16.
Gokui's in a flankable spot. There go the slowing sands. Basically making that position safe. It might as well be treated as a hard wall, because you're not making it through those sands in less than 5 seconds. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, and you know what? For anyone out there who has respect for slowing sands but doesn't have respect for the mud on Alterac Pass, they're very similar. I think the sands are more effective, but not that much more effective.
Yeah, I don't know the percent per second on the mud, but if you don't walk right through the mud, you can get really trapped in it. So
yeah, so you really never want to fight in there because the slow does tick up just like this one does.
Yep.
Interesting that Holowife are opting to split Gokui out to take the camp up here. What the heck? Why are we on Gokui's Wild Ride right now? What is this? Okay, they want the camp up there.
I think they want 20. Are they trying to stall out to 20? I think that's a little bit of a long shot to try and get 20 in the next 50 seconds.
No, they want the heal camp. Gokui had already
started. Yeah,
started.
that's a good point.
But we can see that he did pick up the piercing sands.
Ooh. Yep, that's a fifth of a team's level 20, so yeah, looks like everything they need right now to go ahead and take a reasonable engagement here, as ReGen Anomaly gonna go ahead and take a little, or deal a little bit of free damage to this bottom 4.
I mean, they probably get it if they just commit a little bit. They don't even got to commit a lot of it. They get it.
Yep.
It's just so long for their opponents to try and make this recontest, and I don't know that Blaze can actually find a... Ooh, never mind, he can find a stun now. I think if you're ReGen, you probably want to leave. Anders is in a weird spot, too.
Yep,
Pot
bad
comes out,
spot
hits onto nothing. Carve is getting engaged upon by Blaze, but should be able to walk away. There goes the Blessed Shield. Snowball's only going to hit the stun onto Carve, and I know ReGen don't want to leave because they don't want to give their opponents 20, but they're also in a really weird champ spot.
Yeah, but now they've got the concave on the team at the bottom. Gautama, though, is very, very low, and the Gaming Catgirls do have that very important heal button down at the bottom. Carve's going to get taken out with a combination of slowing sands and the conveyor belt. Ektar, is there anything more disgusting in this game than that combination of things right there?
Samuro.
Okay, other than Samuro,
no.
Is there anything more disgusting? I didn't think so.
Terrible, terrible jokes aside, that's a really rough spot if you're a ReGen fan, and you know we are here on the podcast. Because Murda is such a wonderful guy, but down 3 levels, or 2 levels, and a Triglav Protector on the 3rd phase is a really rough spot to be in. This is often the Triglav that ends games. Go ahead and check out the level 20s for Holowife. Sailor Twith actually taking a lot of damage from the keep there. If you were unfamiliar, Forcing Keeps did have their damage buffed today, towers as well, by a small amount, but not insignificant.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10%, and with an armor cut, that'll stack up pretty quickly. Ooh, wow. A quick elimination onto Blaze. Cernoval drops the Blessed Shield. No, it doesn't. To try and get out, there is the Blessed Shield to get out. They do have the Radiating Faith, so there's a lot of space made there. But that is a good core defense. Yeah, core defense here for ReGen Anomaly, as they're going to try and push back and maybe drop an Earthquake to get some kills as soon as this Triglav pops.
I just really hope that they're not over-chasing with this engagement. Blessed Shield comes out hitting onto 2, pretty good shield. Yeah, there goes Gautama, just kind of gets blown up as he's chasing in and got split up from the rest of his team. Voodoo is looking to pop off. Shamhack gets brought down pretty low, but it's an even fight, but down level 20, so this is a rough spot for ReGen Anomaly once again. Anders very low, and Sailor Twith trying to chase him down, barely doesn't find it.
Nep and Carve now getting incredibly low, going to get healed up by that Frostwolf Resilience, but oh wow, 2 consecutive hits of the Dragon's Breath is going to land 2 consecutive kills for Holowife Gaming Catgirls, and that might be enough to allow them to push on, as again, Jesus is going to get taken out as well, and it's all on Voodoo to make a Miracle Core defense here.
A Miracle Core defense was not made here.
Oh, here lies the Miracle Core defense chances. And that should be game 1 going over to Holowife Gaming Catgirls.
It is all over but for the core health.
Yep, and it won't be that fast, and Diablo's going to be
oh, yeah,
coming.
Be watching.
Yeah, he can watch, throw him around a little bit, or just sit in Hollow Storms. It's pretty comfy in there.
Watching from afar.
Yeah, that is true. So, yeah, game 1, Holowife Gaming Catgirls. GG.
It appears I don't have rating perms for NGS, so I sent everyone here. Enjoy your cast. Thank you, Eric, with not a K, with not a C, rather. I don't 100% know what you mean by not having rating permissions. Were you casting or doing something on the NGS channel?
Yeah, it was a Storm Division, and he tried to host us or rate us, but unfortunately he's not a moderator of the channel or something like that, even though he's a mod of a division, so we need to get that sorted out. But yeah, I could theoretically do it, but it feels slightly self-serving to host the stream that I am on, so I'm not going to do it. Little conflicty of interesty.
How did Johanna heal for 69?
Nice.
Because they didn't pick up Storm Shield.
No, unless it counts Holy Renewal, but that's self-healing. I mean, that's a good question. But it is a nice amount, nonetheless. Just Sir Noble swagging up and dropping a 69 in chat, or in the heal column, just cuz. Is there some kind of self-shielding? Oh.
Alright, I've been invited to a custom game lobby.
Okay. That's quick. We're on Towers of Doom.
Yeah, and I have no idea if they picked it or not, because Carve has his DMs closed to people who are not on his friends list.
To be fair, you could probably infer it, considering all 5 members of ReGen Anomaly are already in the game.
Yeah. I don't like inferring. I like being told things.
True facts. Well, fast turnaround. Looks like we will be getting just 2 more people of Gaming Catgirls in, but they have swapped sides on us, so...
Yeah.
Let's see if...
Hopefully they move, but if not, it's okay. I recognize, like, slightly more than half of the people on here, so...
Yeah.
Shouldn't
I mean, I
have the same issue we had the other day with names.
True facts there. We, in fact, was playing with Gokwe, Sir Noble, Sailor Twift before, and Voodoo. Oh, I always have to say it while we're in the same game, but Voodoo and I have been around since Season 1. Voodoo, one of the OG founders of NGS. And always... I just remember talking long ago at all the, about old NGS stuff. So, and he did our Lurk Patrol logo.
Really?
So,
that I didn't know.
That he did. I had the idea, and he was one who actually put it together officially for us back in Season 5 or so kind of range. So, I always appreciate
What was
him.
the logo before that?
It was smaller. It was pretty much the same, but he just made it better. Like, adding the center design to it, adding the text with a little more shading and all that good stuff. So, it just kind of got a fresh coat of paint on it.
The Lurk Patrol logo versus the Lurk Patrol logo she told you not to worry about.
The Lurk Patrol logo, I literally had at home. So, yep. I know I've seen several of the other... I mean, I recognize a bunch of the names of Carve, Jesus, etc. For a very long time, so... Yeah.
Guatama is an old name, Anders is an old name.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think the only name I haven't seen before is Mandarino.
I guarantee you have, because I know we've cast it before. I don't...
That's probably accurate, but...
Yeah, 'cause we cast ReGen Anomaly, like, late last season. And I'm pretty sure they haven't changed that much.
Yep. Make sure you've swapped the sides if you haven't.
Sure did the thing, so there we go.
Hey, they're not playing against me. What is this?
Yeah, and once again with the Maiev target ban.
Reasonable. They're familiar with that.
Who
I wasn't in that
Maiev on their
I have no idea. I want to say it's Carve.
You don't all just have a Discord somewhere that you hang out
No, unfortunately, no. We don't have Mayav Main's Discord. Although, I mean, we could soon. We could soon. So Mayav and Kel'Thuzad banned out. Now I didn't see first draft, so yeah. Same bands was and let's see.
Diva.
First pick is different, so Diva banned out. She got nerfed today.
She sure did. She also got banned out in game 1, and I'm forgetting who the other one was. Samuro. Samuro's the other band.
That's a reasonable ban. I can't. God, they nerf one part of Chromie, and then buff up Slowing Sands, and she's just as infuriating to play against.
Well, that's just it, though. They buffed a couple of things, and then they're sequentially nerfing all of them.
Can we nerf Slowing
Q build
Sands
too
again?
good? Nerf Q build. W build is now good? Nerf W build. Now you're going active on one? Thump ban.
Yep. Yeah. Chromie continues to be very strong. I booted up Hero's profile to see if I could like get some data on some of the talents, but it's only showing today's patch.
Micro patch.
So at the top is Murky with a 100% win rate with 1 game played.
Sick.
It genuinely is sickening.
There we go.
Oh! Did you see the clip yesterday? They did... Okay. I gotta... So, Sir Noble had a sick boss steal yesterday. 2v4. Really 1v4. On Tyrael, on this map. They took this comp yesterday. Almost identically. Now, some of the extra spice was Uther as a healer, Lunara Valera as their DPS, and then Abathur Tyrael.
You had me at Valera in competitive.
Yeah. Sir Noble, Shamhat, and some others, so... the others are dead. I can't actually tell who's there from the 20-second YouTube clip, but they did that yesterday, so they are prepared for this. They are ready to execute a comp.
And frankly, you love to see it when teams have specific things for specific maps, and not just the otherwise bog standard, it's BOE, I guess we'll take Artanis on this map and only this map.
And Jim Raynor, or sorry, Vala, Q-Build Vala.
Li Ming gets played in general, but she has a lot higher priority on that map, at least.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
Yeah, Q-Build Vala on BOEs, whatever.
Have they left themselves available to take a Medivh? Is this the spicy last pick abduction comp?
I'm 100% certain that Genjis plays Medivh.
This feels like an abduction comp, straight up. Like, they've got their double soak possible Dahaka. I dare you go, Ektar! It's Valera, I told you.
Gokwe, you had me at Valera.
There you go.
Interesting that they're pairing it with Rhaegar. Like, Valera has a pretty good auto-attack DPS, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's pretty good. The problem is she's paper.
Yeah, well, don't get hit
part
by
of her
gaming. Easy.
Part of her auto attack damage is just constantly throwing in sinister strikes to keep up with them, which does a bunch of damage. And unfortunately, no Medivh. We get Stab Daddy though, so that means we get 4-man
Stab Daddy.
I mean, he's strong. He's follow up CC to Stitches, and someone's dead on the end of that spear.
He is less strong than he was 6 hours ago.
Only accurate after level 7.
Yeah.
And conditionally, but still. I think that talent is still dominant 1 on 7.
I think you're probably right. As the not at all solo lane player that I am.
Fair enough. I was looking up Imperious talents. It had an 88% popularity beforehand and a 6% win rate advantage on global data.
Yeah, probably still going to be the talent.
Still going to be the talent. He just got worse, is what happened.
Oh
God.
To see it.
I filtered a Diamond Master and it's worse, Ektar. It's a lot worse. 12% difference on win rate.
Alright, we have now spawning on the left-hand side in the blue trunks from the red team from game number 1, They are ReGen Anomaly with Gen Jesus playing Stab Daddy. Anduin is being played by Anners. Voodoo playing the Leeming. Guantama is playing Stitches. And Supercarve RG is playing Dahaka.
And on the right side of the map, in the red trunks, we have the Holowife Gaming Catgirls with Sir Noble playing the Bastille Tyrael, Sailor Twift playing the Preferred Cassia, Gokwe playing the Spicy Valera, Shamhat playing the I don't have an identifier or an adjective Rhaegar, and Mandarino playing the Global Abathur.
Voodoo is way the F north in Canada. Ooh, it's race
Is
car
Voodoo
Dahaka.
seriously from Nunavut? I had no idea, but that would be nutty.
He says no.
Oh, okay.
Big hook
So they don't
coming
have
out, but
internet there.
no follow-on damage coming out. Is just gonna find Gen Jesus into kind of a rough spot. Sir Noble's actually doing some good damage, and Gokwe gets the kill with the hatted Valera. Let's go.
Wow. What a Sinister Strike dive in. Valera, definitely not an early game hero. Needs the level 7 Sinister Strike talent to really come online. So, nice job there getting the last bit of damage in. Soak missed by both teams in the bottom lane, but, I mean, it's a little better when you've got the Abathur and can gobble some of it up.
So
it's not all of it.
So, as the resident Valera player of the two of us, what's up with the block on level 1 from Valera?
Shrug.
Alright.
I couldn't tell you. It's not the standard talent. It's not a talent I would see into this comp where they have Leeming as their primary damage. And it's not going to help you when the Hook Stab Daddy combination comes through and kills Shamhat here. Or not.
Nope, Sir Noble was there with the body block and the ally shield.
That's a big Tyrael play there by Sir
How did
Noble.
Valera get to the bottom lane so fast?
She's fast. You just don't mount on Valera most of the time. You get 20% move speed while invisible. So you basically just play it like Rhaegar, where you just
See,
Rhaegar's mount.
If
Same
someone
speed.
told me they were going to be taking Valera on this map, I would, as the bruiser, de facto, I would not like it. But they have Abathur, so you can just, vacuum up the XP as needed every now and again in the other lanes. And now I do like it, and Gokwe's going to try and get full invis, and there they are. Anners is going to get engaged upon and blown out. And you know what? They came to play.
Yeah. What a
Big
spear!
stab, though.
That's such a big spear. He doesn't have the cooldown reduction on level 1 though, so he's not going to find more stabs. Instead, he's going to find the Hall of Storms. Carve going to join him there, and the fight over the point continues. Shamhat going to live with 300 health. Voodoo unable to find the finishing kills, and that's 3 kills over for the Holowife Gaming Catgirls as they take the camp and a full level lead here, less than 3 minutes in.
So back in the day, Imperius's level 1 Q talent was actually a questing one, and that would have cleared it.
Go forth and claim
Oh.
the altars in my name.
That would have
Yeah,
been
there's
a
no way
little
this
spicy.
charge actually goes through, but it does force Carve to be here.
That it does, and Valera... Okay, actually, I mean, what am I talking about? There's a hat. That means she can win all 1v1s. So, that is exactly what's happening now as Gokwe dealing a bunch of damage with the hat over to Carve. The team of the members of ReGen Anomaly go ahead and rejoin. So I think with this 5-man position, I think ReGen Anomaly gets this. Oh, especially with that spear. Sailor Twift going to not be taking nearly as much damage as I would expect. Carve instead very low. Gen Jesus very low. Sir Noble very low. Can I say any more people? As nobody's died yet, but there's a lot of black bar on those healths.
Yeah, Gokwe is really putting in work, and I know we're talking about Valera a lot. It's because we don't see her get picked up.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of in the back line ruining Anduin's day, even though that there's a tank and 2 bruisers that should be preventing that.
None of those tank or 2 bruisers have great peel, though, for the backline. Stitches has to rely on a hook, Gen Jesus has to rely on a stab, and Carve has to rely on a drag. They're all Q talents that have to be skill shots that hit a single point, and Valera's tough to hit with that tiny hitbox. Nice dodge there on the hook as well. So,
Skulking
there's
down
not
from
reliable
bot lane,
peel.
Gonna drop full invis anticipating their opponents either rotating towards that camp or rotating towards mid lane. But their opponents are actually just split 1-1-3, so they aren't going to have to rotate through this middle area all that much.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the case here. We do have Slice and Dice for the level 7 on Valeera. I think that's very uncommon. Which gives attack speed. Oh my god. Bloodlust Valeera with that is just going to... It's just going to be literal death by 1,000 cuts.
And every basic attack against heroes grants energy. Correction, basic attacks in general grant energy.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount. You'll get a couple more off, but that's
if you get that 150% attack speed plus 40% attack speed or whatever Bloodlust is, do those stack?
Yeah. I mean, they additively stack.
I thought attack speed did add.
Attack speed, yeah. Attack speed absolutely stacks.
And they're up a full level. Like, they're down 4 shots, but sure.
Yeah. Sure is how we feel about that. We also have Swift Retribution for 25% more attack speed, so this might just be the stabbiest Valeera you've ever seen. And we even have Adrenal Overload. Is this a Valeera auto attack meme? Is this what's happening here?
Yes, factually that is what's happening here. Also, full invis is a good game mechanic. Changed my mind.
You don't believe that?
I don't, not even for a second.
No, I agree here. As the altars go ahead and get traded out here. Hook misses onto Shamhat / Cernoble. Good stab is going to connect for 2. Li Ming with the orbs build is going to be able to do a lot of damage.
She's so fast.
I know.
I think that was a material buff.
Yeah, that's Swift Retribution. But so fast. I wish ReGen Anomaly had some heroes that were able to push down forts, because there's no offlane capability whatsoever here for Holowife Gaming Catgirls. They're going to go in double Valeera onto Genjisus here. Drag is going to land onto the clone. So I don't think anything's going to happen, but this is a disgusting amount of lockdown if those Valeeras go in at the same time.
So we do have the level 10s getting picked up. It is the good Valeera heroic with the Cloak of Shadows. We've got Judgment, which is sick. We already saw the clone getting popped by Avatar. It is Bloodlust and Ball Lightning.
Yep, that is the case here. Level 10's very close here for ReGen Anomaly. They're trying not to lose their forehands. Flank around with the Judgment and the Gokwe engage. Deletes Anduin from the game. Can't even get a level 10 up. We do have the Gorge for Stitches, Wave of Force for Li Ming, Light Bomb, Isolation, and a... kind of want to see an Abduction. Instead, we just have a little spear onto Gokwe.
Do you know what the stun is called?
The stun of what?
Valeera.
I
think it's Cheap Shot. And if
yes,
that's,
it is.
If that's the case, then Cheap Shot into Judgment is just an incredible series of names and abilities to use.
It is Cheap Shot, the Silence is Garrote, and Ambush is the damage one.
That one I also knew. Confidently.
You knew them all then, well done. Well done. You played WoW more than me.
Big attempted engagement coming into Carve here. We don't have Judgment available just yet, but we do have a hatted Valeera. And, Cernoble's going to put in damage so at least force the trait healing. There it is. Super Carve trying to run away, but with the additional damage of Sailor Twift will not let it happen. And is this a boss play?
Looks like not a boss play.
Looks like there's confusion about whether it's a boss play.
Someone in the comms for Holowife Gaming Catgirls said boss, and then they're like, no, let's not. Let's go bottom.
Yeah, let's go bottom and secure that fort, because it's way more important. Hook missing is actually going to allow Gokwe to get a pretty good stab and stun. We do have the second clone coming in, as well as the Bloodlust. There goes the Judgment into Genjisus, and he is not chased down, but looked like that was a charged strikes, perhaps. There was a Gorge onto Shamhat, but I mean, if you just kill the Stitches, then you free the Shamhat.
That'd be kind of a weird level 20 for Stitches. Like, gorged enemies die if Stitches dies. That'd be kind of wild. It's kind of like Deathmosh in that way.
Yeah,
I think that'd be kind of weird.
It reminds me actually of a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh god. Which one?
Michizuri.
Oh, Michizuri, yeah.
When you have
Kill a monster, when
Yeah.
your opponent attacks and kills monster, you kill there.
Exactly. Very similar, at least thematically. We do have the 13s coming online now. It increased the duration of cheap shots blind by 2.5 seconds. Why does her stun need a blind?
Uh, it has it built in together already, and
Yeah.
it just extends the duration forever. Why do you even need a blind? There's no auto attack damage here. Light Bomb's gonna come in and catch Sir Noble. Sir Noble's not going to make it out. First kill for ReGen Anomaly is a helpful one. They're gonna gorge the Rhaegar and try and take him to the death wall. Unfortunately, not going to make it there. Instead, Gleaming and Stitch is gonna get a body block. Sailor Twift going down in the back, and this looks like all losses. What the cleanse was that onto Gokwe is going to not be silenced from the isolation, but does still get the vision reduction. This is the dumbest fight I've ever seen. And Rhaegar gets taken out, so a 4-0 here for ReGen Anomaly.
Kind of thankfully for Holowife, there's just not a lot on the map right now. There's this one camp, and there's not a lot of siege damage.
You ready? You ready? Oh, I
No,
didn't quite get the circle
no.
right. Holy ground. Holy
Yeah.
ground. It's
good.
almost the same size as the button to capture a mercenary camp.
But yeah, ReGen Anomaly, they don't have very much siege damage. Like, they have Leaming, but it's an orb build Leaming. That's about it.
Yeah.
So they couldn't even push down this bottom fort, even with the help of the camp that they stole. So, yeah, they got 4 kills. That's great. It really does help to get them back into the game level-wise, but it doesn't help them to get ahead on the map at all.
Yeah, that is the kind of more unfortunate part of the draft that ReGen Anomaly
this
have
is
put
so
himself in.
scary.
This is a big bush party here for ReGen Anomaly. They've invited all the members of Holowife Gaming Catgirls, but I don't think they realize what they're in for. Light Bomb's going to come out, and it does save the Haka for just a moment, but Imperius is taken out. Carve is next. Stitch is going to go ahead and gorge the Valeer. Judgment combo does hit Anners on the Anduin. Maderno's clone, that was a clone getting gorged, is still going to find the Death Rattle kill onto Stitches. So that is a 3-for-0 with bell towers included for
And
Holowife Gaming Catgirls.
because Valeer had already split out, they get all 3.
Oh my god, Abathur's dancing in top lane. He was actively
He's
doing the
taking
worm.
a camp.
Actively doing the
It's been
worm.
a while since I've seen an Avatar make this play, but you can, if you go into Locusts on 13 to 16, take camps.
That's pretty wild. He let the Locust go and then did the worm. Absolute mad lad. I do know Holowife Gaming Catgirls leads all of NGS in dances and taunts, so the
Interesting.
dance.
Why you know that?
They were talking about it on Discord today, and the dance cancel method where you hit YH to dance, then hold position, inflates your dance number very highly.
Ah. So not only are they big dancers, but they've also been progressing the dance meta.
It is. Captain Wedge actually, I believe, is the one who taught me about it, so I'm going to credit him with that. Look at the burst damage onto Imperius. Does get pulled away. I don't know if that was necessary, but it does at least change up the target location, and the heal does come through. But Sappers go ahead, score 2. So 9-24 on the core healths, and ReGen Anomaly going to need to make something happen, like another 4-0 wipe, to really come back into this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about leaving this fort and abandoning it for the camp. Like, you get a camp, but wouldn't it be better if you had the fort as the objective of spawning right here in the bot lane?
What if they just kill them all right here?
You know what? We mentioned before the 4 siege damage, and that is an exceedingly dead Anduin. Gautama is getting targeted down by the fort. That's 3 heroes taking out. Carve burrowed in, but in the space of him noticing and then burrowing, the whole team's already dead. So they saved the fort anyway, because 0 siege damage on the side of ReGen.
Yeah, the ReGen draft here is really not working for them. Oh, that's a drag on to Tyrael. He'll probably be able to escape, to be real honest, because that's just Tyrael things.
I think Voodoo just tried to get Calamity damage, but didn't go into Calamity, because he definitely saw a forward blink there.
That's the game. It kind of just ended all of a sudden, Ektar, as
Yeah.
Holowife Gaming Catgirls take this set 2-0.
as much as I wanted this to be a 3-game series, and as much as I love ReGen as an organization, Holowife winning means we get to ask about this draft.
Yeah, because this is a repeat draft. This isn't a one-time thing.
Yes.
So. Who is it? Is it who's captain?
It's
Gokwei is. All right, let's get Gokwei in here and see what he has to say about that game. And the imminent laughter kinda already tells me exactly what was going on there. How's it going?
It's going, man. It's going.
Is it?
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Good to hear.
we're feeling good.
Yeah.
So
We'll dodge the obvious real quick.
Yeah,
will we?
yeah.
Immediately? I
mean,
was thinking we
why
do the
wouldn't we?
sequential. You're right. Go for it, Ektar.
So tell me about the Valera pick, which is now
2 for 2.
not even the first time you've done it on this map, which means what is it? Once is a coincidence, twice is a conspiracy, something like that.
Have we played this already this season?
I mean,
Or do you mean?
Sir Noble posted a screenshot of
Oh,
video of the
right.
boss deal yesterday against another NGS team. So maybe I was just leaking scrims.
Oh.
But also, like, you did it yesterday.
Okay, so the Valera pick. I have been practicing Valera for a while, and it's pretty much yes. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it. 10 out of 10. No, 11 out of 10. But the Valera pick, yeah, I mean, we've just been practicing it with certain comps and whatnot, and we just felt really comfortable pulling it out. Yeah. I can go into more detail, but, once we get to that point.
I would love to know what prompts you to start thinking about, is this a Valera game? Like, is it the map? Is it the opponent team? Is it just,
That's easy.
haha?
That's easy. I can answer that for you. Every game is a Valera game.
Yeah.
Prize in Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Hey, you don't think it don't work?
No. You need wave clear. Wave clear, go play. Wave clear. How much siege damage went down that game, Gokwei? How much did you do?
I mean, I spent probably about 70% of the game just sitting idle.
Yeah.
So a lot of siege damage, in my opinion. More than my. No, I can't say that. That's wrong too. Yeah, no, a good amount. Enough.
Oh, Sir Noble says that that was a ranked game.
Yes, we ran into them in a ranked game.
I just recognized that there's another NGS team because I know Himo Santiago is a name.
Yeah, we had no idea.
Fair enough.
Wait. Are you telling me that as a moderator, you're not... Every time you see a name that is vaguely familiar, you don't just hop on the back end and just check, is this an NGS person?
I do.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, that's... I've a couple of times thought about stepping down from moderating, but in the back of my mind, I was like, but man, I would really hate it if I couldn't go, wait a minute, is this an NGS team? And find out real easy by checking on the back end.
Yeah.
Alright, so we should probably start with game number 1 in earnest, yeah?
Start.
Sure.
In quotes.
Start.
So there was a patch today. How much did that affect your decisions going forward?
I guess. I mean,
I'm gonna quote Sailor on this one.
Go for it.
Before Gokwei showed up for practice tonight, he said, "Tonight we're just gonna play like there was no patch," and that was how much we talked about it.
Yeah.
So we are excited to kind of see what the changes are, but it wasn't super impactful on how we played.
The Anduin felt nicer. The heals felt more.
I was gonna say, so you were
more
playing
impactful.
Anduin anyway.
Yes.
Did you notice the
Interesting.
10 extra heal?
Yes.
Plus 4% per
Actually,
level?
yes. Anduin feels really good. I mean, he always has, but he feels like really good now.
I I used to like Anduin, but recently I've felt like he just hasn't been doing enough of any one thing. Like, the CC is pretty good, but there's healers with better CC. The heals are pretty good, but there's other healers with better CC, and I had personally been feeling like he's just a little bit weak, and I'm really interested to see if the patch is going to help him out.
Yeah, I mean, playing that game, he feels pretty solid to me, so I think that he'll be in a good place with this patch.
Cool. You'd love to hear it as another Anduin player. But I do have to ask, how come you weren't running with scissors?
Oh, it's another one.
We like to be safe here on the Hololive Gaming Catgirls team.
I feel like am I missing something?
So, you know how if you throw a projectile at the wall before a game starts, it gets destroyed?
Oh.
With Anduin, when he does his Divine Star, he throws his sword, he thrusts his sword forward as the projectile goes out, but when the projectile gets destroyed, it never comes back, so he just keeps his sword out forever until he dies, and it makes him look ridiculous because he'll be like riding around with his sword out the whole time. If you get on a train sidecar from someone else's train, he just runs around on top of the train holding a sword like an idiot.
That's funny.
It's my favorite visual-only bug that I hope Blizzard never fixes. And if they ever do, I'll probably stop playing Anduin entirely.
That's a fair thing to say.
Honestly, I'll just uninstall the whole game.
So, looking at the rest of things in that game number 1, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. Ace, you wanna bring my memory back up a little bit on game number 1, even though you weren't here for the entirety of it?
Yeah, so we played on Volskaya, and it was just, I mean, it was a clean game overall. You got to a lead advantage, a little bit of a lead to start, grabbed some Triglob protectors, and then eventually ran it down. The Chromie really felt kind of brutal to work into between Anderhall Anomaly. I don't know if you took timeout.
I did not this game, no.
Okay.
I wanted the more sustained during team fights.
Yeah.
I didn't feel threatened by... Not to talk bad about the Diablo.
Right.
I was targeted the entire game by him, but
Yeah.
I didn't feel... My team was backing me up, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, you've already got Anderhall Anomaly for 3 time traps, your own personal Gladiator's Medallion, and Slowing Sands, plus Dragon's Breath will also slow on a center hit. Like, there's so much preventing you from diving a Chromie, it's insane.
Yes.
So
it felt very clean playing the Chromie that game.
Yeah. It sure did a lot of work. Did anybody have any comments on the newer Tychus with the extra range and the extra minigun trait cooldown and stuff like that? Anybody?
I'm actually personally a big fan about the Tychus changes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did you notice the attack range? Because that's the one that I feel like is
It's
one of the biggest
Maybe
changes.
asking the Chromie that might not be the best question.
Asking the Anduin
I'm
Chromie
also-
is maybe
I mean, I'm also...
partial bias.
well, yeah, fair enough. I've got nothing for that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so into that game number 2, if Abathur is banned out, do you still run that comp?
Yeah.
That, to me, is
So-
really interesting then, because...
It depends. The Abathur is a pivotal, like...
It's important,
Factor.
sure, but it does. The thing is, like, it's important, sure, but like it doesn't stop the Valera itself. It doesn't stop that. It probably changes. No. We still run the Tyrael, I think, in that situation, right? If the Abbey's gone, probably. I don't know.
So
I
I
would-
saying he noticed the Tychus changes.
Well,
There we go.
He's a tank. All he notices is his health going down and him inting. It's whatever.
Wait, your tank notices their own health bar?
Believe it or not, he notices it after he dies. Yes.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, again, this is kind of something that I've kind of just been forcing on my team. being honest here. Like, I've just kind of felt, I enjoy her, and I've been enjoying her a lot recently, and we've tried her on different games with other. We've I think. I wait, no, Sham will yell at me. Never mind.
I think that's actually kind of a good way to practice, though. Just force the puzzle piece and see if it'll fit.
Yeah, like I can't say too much because then I get yelled at by my team. So
Yeah. Goku likes to tell everybody everything. He's so excited about the nuances of the game. Like, he's like, let me tell you everything I know. And it's not a good look when we're trying to win out in a lot of the games the rest of the season. So we're here to keep him reined in.
I'm being babysat.
Sailor Twift saying that Shamhat was supposed to rein you in from leaking all these strats.
Yeah, but unfortunately she's been lax in letting me do my thing.
You know, if anyone sees us playing Valyria this game, I like to think that maybe they'll ban it in the future. But
15 people have seen it.
Okay. Well, that's maybe that's another person in our division. Maybe.
Admittedly, probably half of it is your team, just about. So
I hope not. My team doesn't exist, to be honest.
3 of us are you, me, and Nate.
Yep.
Ektar, so...
So what did you think about your opponent's draft? Because it seems like they wanted to go beefy to avoid the Valyria blood. That's my guess as to response.
To be honest, what pretty much guaranteed us, like, what told us that we can just run the Valyria here is we saw the stitches, and we're like, they can't peel us off the backline. And so
surprised by the Imperious pick.
Yeah, we were surprised about the Imperious pick, but in the same, honestly, unless it's another main tank, I don't think it stops us. And if we're able to just deal with the Anduin and Li Ming, or just one or the other before the fight even begins, then we're able to just take the fight every time. Because they don't actually have a lot of damage outside of their single target burst from the Imperious and Li Ming combos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Anders was hyper aware of the Valyria. There was a fight over the top lane, and you just kind of walk past their entire team into Anduin in the back line and just push them all the way into the death zone.
Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. No, did I die out? No, I didn't die out of that. I lived, I think. Yeah, I lived.
I think you lived. Most of the team died, and the opponents got the channel because it was still early in the game, but... Well, it was definitely shades of things to come later in that game, for sure.
It's normal for my team to int.
It's literally feed to win, though. Like,
yeah, it works, right?
It does.
Unfortunately, we didn't. We didn't have a Mal'Ganis to play with that a little bit more.
So
he must feed.
I think that's about what I've got for the actual series we watch. Ace, you have anything else for that?
No, I'm pretty sure that all those strats have been leaked, so I'm good.
Cool. Yeah, I will say, as an observer, it felt like Abathur was really necessary to the way you were running the comp, even if it's not necessary to the comp in general, because you spent, like you said, 70% of the game stealthed or full invis, just, like, between mid and bot. And Abathur was just kind of vacuuming up XP as it got to walls and stuff, and you otherwise would have missed tons of XP.
Yeah, we definitely... Goku, don't say anything, but... we definitely play it differently. We play it differently, depending on the Abathur.
I want to reference a
game,
though.
You can say something.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Okay, a game we played in Storm League, where we tried it without the Abathur, we were trying with a Bruiser. I did play it differently on the Valyria itself, and we played the comp a little bit differently, or not the comp, but the comp we were running at the time. And we did play a little bit more differently. The Valyria was dead a lot more often than not that game, but
love to see it.
Yes, but we sustained. I definitely think the Abathur is very crucial. I don't know. Yes. I know what I'm saying.
More importantly, you know what you're not saying.
Yes, I'm actually very exhausted, so very happy that this went well.
So looking ahead, your next match is against Probius, who is currently ranked number 1, although arguably Deathweb might be the stronger team. We'll find out on Thursday, honestly.
Still strong.
How are Probius the top? Because they're good.
They're real good.
Yeah.
Probe's pretty good.
Yeah.
And Probius and Deathweb are playing against each other on Thursday, so really whoever comes out on top of that will be number 1, at least for the next week or so. But yeah, Probius is your next matchup, so
yeah.
Tell me about what you're doing after that. Not too much, obviously.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure, like, most of our team is rooting for Deathweb, because personally, I personally believe that Probius is probably the strongest team in the division. I know we lost to Deathweb, right? So, you know, it's kind of blank, but I honestly just feel like Probius should take this division pretty handily. Deathweb is, yeah, they exist.
They sure do.
Deathweb is strong. I think they're very strong. But
yeah. Yes.
We played them. We had the opportunity to play them in Storm League later on after our loss, so it's been nice to see how they play moving through the season, and that was when we were trying to kind of find our bearings at the beginning of the season. So I don't know. We have a lot of strong teams in our division this season.
I mean, the entirety of B is mostly pretty strong teams.
Yeah, Div B is like just top-notch matchmaking placement. I don't know. There are a lot of really good teams and a lot of competition. I think Probius and Deathweb they both provide.
All right. So that's pretty much all I've got, Ace.
We good here.
All right, so we're going to throw it on to you guys for any shoutouts you have.
Okay. First of all, not shouting out the chat, because they're lame.
I'll shout out Twitch chat. Thank you, Twitch chat.
You don't... No, okay.
And
She's getting removed from the team.
I have WoW play.
Yes, you do. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for casting our series tonight. Shout out to ReGen Anomaly? Yes, Anomaly. I think. Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes,
I mean, shout out to all of ReGen, honestly. Like, pretty dope. Play a bunch of different teams.
Sham, go home.
Sorry.
Wait,
shout out to
you
my
playing
team.
from if you're not home?
She's playing from a closed down Starbucks. Yes. Yes.
I had to make my own pumpkin spice latte there.
Yes.
That's pretty important.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I usually have more, but I get yelled at, so I can't say anything.
Shout out to this hidden strategy that you're gonna unleash in your next series.
Absolutely. 100%.
Which one? This one or the next one? I'm thinking of.
Exactly. All right, thank you both for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for the cast.
And good luck in your future series.
Thank you.
Thank you.
GG's.
GG's.
Alrighty. I already know who we're rating for once.
Moist Weenus?
It is Moist Weenus.
Shout out to Moist Weenus.
Yeah, so we're going to get the raid started. We've already hit the first start raid button, and going to hit the raid now in just a second here. Thank you everyone for coming by. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all of the members of both teams that were hanging out in chat. Thank you, Nate, for always bringing the salt. And thank you to my fiance for adding a second monitor to my Christmas list.
There you go. Fantastic.
All right.
Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back soon.
And be sure to spam Weenus when you get there.
What if I've already been doing it?